Hey Schaefer, what's up, man? How you doing?
Oh man, doing good. What's happening with you?
Hey man, how many people are on Facebook?
Facebook. I think it's like 1 billion people on Facebook.
A billion. Okay, so check this out. What if every single one of them was a black belt in jiu-jitsu?
That would be a lot of black belts. Like you'd be like every single one is a black belt. That would
Everyone.
be huge.
It would have an effect on it, huh?
Oh, it would definitely be effect. It'd be a weird effect. I don't know what you'd call it. What would you call it?
I'd call it the Facebook effect.
The Facebook effect. You know what? That's good. Let's talk about the Facebook effect this time on Open Mat Chronicles.
All right, guys, welcome back. Open Mat Chronicles, 1865 Rod here. We are coming back at you guys once again. And as always, we got my man Schaefer in the house. What's up, Schaefer?
What's up, everybody? Schaefer's in the house. Yeah, man, we're back and
For another fun-filled episode.
for another fun-filled episode of Open Mat Chronicles. Let me tell you, we've talked about this, I don't know, a Brazilian times. Isn't that like way more than 1 million? So what happens, man? What happens when you've been doing jiu-jitsu and then you've been watching it grow and expand, and then other people are doing it and other people are doing it. It just never stops, and we just keep getting more and more and more, and it gets so proliferated, exactly, that everybody and their mama's doing jiu-jitsu. Now, you had a name for it. What did you call it?
I do have a name indeed, and I call it the Facebook effect.
The Facebook effect.
The Facebook effect, man.
So, all right. So break it down. What's the Facebook effect? Like, how did you get that?
Okay, so I'm just thinking, you know how they say jiu-jitsu's for everybody, right?
Hell yeah.
It's really not. It's not for everybody, dude. And I don't know if it's just going to sound bad. We might get some haters, but I don't know if I want it to be for everybody. I really think that I don't want it to be for everybody because I liked it when it was a little bit of a niche thing. It's
Okay.
like you're doing something that's a little different that not everybody's doing, you know? And then once everybody starts doing something, it loses its like cool factor, and then it loses its mystique, even from like a martial arts standpoint. Like if everybody knows jiu-jitsu, then like it washes everything out. Everybody's
Okay.
it kind of defeats the purpose of learning it a little bit. I don't think it's going to get to that point, but
Right.
you know what I'm saying? You're learning it for self-defense, right? Or that's
Yes.
one reason. That's the main reason people start into jiu-jitsu.
I think so.
So then if everybody knew it, then it would nullify it.
Okay. So
But that's not my main reason. That's just
that's not even your main reason. All right. So, yeah, I get where you're coming from with if everybody's doing it, that's a lot of people doing it.
A lot of people do it.
And you don't want it to get to a McDojo stance. You don't want it to get watered down because it's being made so that everybody can do it and everybody, you know, it's like you get a black belt and you get a black belt and you get a black belt. And I could see how that could happen if it's changed so much to be all inclusive.
So okay, so are you saying that once it opens up to the broader population, just by nature, inherently, it's going to get watered down?
Yeah, I am saying that because if everyone's going to do it, now we have to open it up to. I mean, it's already opened up to different skill levels,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But now we have to cast an even wider net. And if it were really adopted by so many people, you would have schools that would pop up and cater to, quite frankly, a much softer crowd. Now they're still doing jiu-jitsu. They're still doing, pretty much the same type of stuff. Hell, there's already some schools that would consider themselves, the premier tough school, where others are like, hey, you don't start every match standing from your feet and
I hear
allow
that all
for
the time.
people to like slap each other and stuff in training. Therefore, you're not the purest
Vale
of the
tudo.
heart. Yeah, you're not basically vale tudo in this
How does
shit.
Randy say it?
Yeah.
Tudo.
I can't
Shout
get
out
the
to
accent
Randy.
right.
Hey, what's up, Randy?
Right? And then, so what about those guys, right? So it's like, okay, are you the pure jiu-jitsu? And then this next one's a level down, and the next one's a level down. And if everybody's doing it, you're going to have so many versions of it that, I don't think there is any real pure jiu-jitsu, but you'll have so many versions of it that one school will look completely different from another school. It'll just be like, if they were to intermingle, it would damn near seem like two different martial arts, you know? But that's the Facebook effect where you're saying now you've got so many people doing it. It's like, do they even call it jiu-jitsu anymore? It's like,
well, give me an example. What do you mean? Why would it change so much?
So let's say we've got these basic moves that most people can do, right? And if they can't do it, they stick with it long enough that they get better. And like, what's a inevitable thing? They get in better shape. They get better cardio. They get this. They get that. Flexibility.
Yeah. Mobility, all that.
But if you McDojo it up and you go, well, I know you guys are having a little difficulty with this. We're not even going to do this move.
Oh, got it.
I don't want you to feel uncomfortable. I want you to just jump right in and feel included. And hey, if you can't do, you can't do a standing base, you can't do the combat stand up or whatever, we'll find something different. We'll allow you to do the one where you just roll over to your hands and knees and like push back and stand up.
Yeah.
And it's like, we understand that, okay, well, yeah, you could get knocked over because you don't have a good base, but nobody's going to knock you over here, so you're fine. Don't worry about it. And that's what I mean by it starts to change, right?
Yeah,
it's like, oh, well, you don't like having to lift your hips up real high to do a triangle. Well, we're only going to show you the triangle where if the guy happens to be climbing directly in between your legs and not giving you any resistance, you just kind of fold it up. It'll start to soften it.
Yeah. If you're rolling with a guy who's about to have a stroke, triangle might work.
Yeah, exactly. Someone who's putting up no resistance whatsoever, but you're doing jiu-jitsu. You're in there. You're just like everybody else.
Yeah.
And the fact of the matter is you're not. It'd be like I said, it becomes like a different martial art. It just waters down. There you go. How long does it take you to get your black belt?
That's what I'm saying. Like
6 months.
It's like, to me, like jiu-jitsu requires a certain amount of grit, especially go back a decade or more ago, right? Even now it does, but even more so back then, right? And if you take that away, it just loses a big part of what it really is, because like everybody can. It's not special anymore if everybody has something, right? That's what makes something special, is that it's rare. So if there's only a few of any one thing, it's rare and it's cool. When everybody has it, it's not.
And that comes back to what you were saying with Facebook. Yeah. Like, for a while,
it was cool.
Right. It was super cool. In fact, back when it was the Facebook. I mean, now you go real far back. There's people born that never even knew that, like they're using it. But you had Facebook. It was the place to be. It was the social media thing that knocked out MySpace, knocked out Black Planet, knocked out all these other ones. Facebook was where to go, right? Then you started getting all these little smaller competitors, and you had youth groups kind of going towards Instagram and freaking Vine and this and that. And like they had all these other things because mom and dad and grandma and everybody else was on Facebook. Like Facebook was still the biggest platform, but it kind of, it wasn't.
Once your parents start doing it, it's not cool anymore.
Right. You were saying it loses its cool factor.
Yeah.
So now with jiu-jitsu, is it going to get there? Speaking of Facebook, hell, Zuckerberg does freaking jiu-jitsu.
He trains.
And he's actually pretty good. I was watching him do some stuff.
Is he?
Dude, is he though? He's good enough that he's actually putting in the work to learn it.
He's putting some work in.
And I don't mean he's good like, oh, let's get him in a competition because he's going to start whooping everybody's ass. No.
What belt is he?
I think he's still a white belt.
White belt?
Yeah. I mean, but then we got like Tom Hardy, I think he's a blue belt. And
I think Tom Hardy's actually pretty good. He's pretty decent.
He goes to a lot of competitions.
Yeah.
It was pretty funny. I was watching a video of one guy who was like, yeah, man. He's like, I showed up, and then like Tom Hardy's in my fucking division. He's like, and then I'm rolling. And I got beat up by Tom Hardy.
That's funny.
It's like a messed up movie. I was like, yeah, I can see that. But with these guys, like Facebook, that massive proliferation, and I don't think this is ever going to actually happen with jiu-jitsu because it is kind of rough still.
That's a good. I was going to say that. It might be like self-correcting, right?
Yeah, like
the nature
people
of it.
are going to be like, nah,
like,
man.
Screw this, man.
Yeah, they're like, I'm not sticking with this. Like, I'm trying to envision how could it be forced into changing and being softer? Like, can it ever get so soft that it's McDojo'd?
They would have to change the whole, way it's presented and the way it's executed, basically. So then it would be watered down by intent.
Right.
That would have to happen. But why would that happen? I guess, I don't know. What if you had a group of freaking senior citizens roll up like, I want to do jiu-jitsu after our shuffleboard?
It's like fucking pickleball.
Yeah.
It's because,
right?
It's like, don't they use like a wiffle ball type thing or whatever in pickleball?
I don't know anything about it.
But right, you'd have to just soften it up. You'd say, okay, listen, if we're doing the gi, you can't hold too hard because you don't want to mess.
They change the rules. They have to change the rules.
They would have to start making all these adaptations to make it more inclusive.
Yeah.
And if
you're right,
if the money's there,
they'll do it.
They'll
totally do it.
Because now you're like, okay, sure, the instructor, the guy who owns it, he was hardcore jiu-jitsu back in the day. But then he found out that, if I put this out just to the senior citizens, I can make a little bit of money because for whatever reason, I marketed it to where they would actually be down. But I had to just change these rules, change it. No starting standing ever. Like, that's just out of the question because you break a hip. We can't have you do that, right? So then it just softens it more and more and more. I don't know, dude. I don't know that we would ever get there. Like, I hope we don't ever get there.
The markets speak ultimately. They decide. And if there was a market for it, all it would take would be like a couple of savvy, school owners to say, hey, I'm gonna fill this little niche right here.
Okay.
Right? And open the school that's catering to whatever demographic.
Hell yeah.
And then they'll change the rules for that.
And
it catches on, another school does it, another school does it, and 5 years later, it's all over the place.
So it's like invasion of the body snatchers.
There's a patient zero.
Yeah.
Jiu-jitsu school. There's an instructor, school owner zero out there. Don't do it.
They're like, man, that's a good idea.
Yeah, really.
You know what? Let's soften it up a little bit. They do.
Because then think of this. Okay, how would you want to be in this world? Check it out. Let's fast forward a decade from now. You're training, you're rolling, but you look around you, everybody's like older, younger, just whatever, dude. It's like you go to the mall.
Right.
Think of the demographic when you go to a mall. It'll be that. Or just any place where there's a large population of people.
Okay.
That's who your core demographic is.
It's just everybody.
And mixed in, there's a bunch of black belts, everything. So now you're one of 100 black belts. Doesn't even mean anything.
Yeah, it would lose its meaning.
It's losing meaning. A lot of people say that now because there's so many more black belts than back in the day. I think now it's still legit, but I think some of the old guard, like those first generation jiu-jitsu guys,
right?
That's why it took them. We'll give you a black belt at our discretion after 15 years.
Yeah.
They really didn't want to give them up. I think that's a big part of it.
For sure.
There can only be one, like the Highlander, right?
Highlander, hell yeah. See, so if you get that commercialization, you're right. Because look at karate. Karate. Come on, dude. Karate at its true core, that shit's hardcore.
Yeah.
Like, you got people punching you in the head, splitting skulls and whatnot. But now you could be like, 10, 12, 13 or something like that.
Okay.
And get a black belt after a few years. And it's like, are those 13-year-olds really splitting skulls?
So actually, that's a good point because that's where you ultimately know that we've gone too far. Because how many times have you heard this? You might tell somebody who has no idea of what you're talking about. Hey, I do jiu-jitsu. Oh, that's really cool. My cousin's nephew
right.
does whatever martial arts, and she just got her black belt, and she's 11.
Yeah.
Right. So I've never heard that about a jiu-jitsu. Not yet. But when you hear that, it's over.
Or you go to the family reunion.
Yeah.
You're sitting there and you're like, oh yeah. Like, I heard you guys do jiu-jitsu. That's that tough stuff. Yeah. Well, hold on. Look, we got little Timmy over here.
Yeah.
He does that kind of stuff too, right?
Yeah.
And then they bring the kid over, and then it's like they look at you, they look at Timmy, they're like, so you're both black belts.
Exactly.
And you're like, wait a minute, dude. It's like, are you serious? You want me to sit at the kid table now? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Oh, man.
Or does Timmy get to sit
But
at
they
the
do
big
think. I think
table?
they think that. I really do.
In
their mind, because like their little niece or nephew or whatever is a black belt, and they've accomplished this huge feat, and maybe they did for a kid. I think it's great, but it's not like getting a black belt in jiu-jitsu.
No, not at all. I mean,
come on,
jiu-jitsu, judo, like certain things. Hell, I would like to believe that even getting a black belt in karate, like is there a differentiator? Is there like
I think it takes like 4 or 5 years. I don't think it takes that long. I think karate, 5 years maybe to get a black belt.
All right. So I mean, you
I
got.
don't think it's that long. I'm serious. And by think about it, there's not as many moves as in jiu-jitsu. Like jiu-jitsu, there's an infinite number of moves. With karate, there's how many
You
kicks
think
and
it's more
strikes are there?
structured, right?
Yeah, there's only so many you can do.
Okay.
Even if there's 100, there's probably not. But let's just say there's 100 kicks and strikes you can do.
Right.
There's like 100,000 ways you can move your body in jiu-jitsu, right?
We need to ask Rex. I think Rex has like a karate black belt and a bunch of other. Hell, I know Hassett too. Is like his is a Subak Do, which is I think a Korean karate. Yeah, I want to know like.
But if you notice,
they have kid black belts at that same school.
That's the one little safety valve we have. That's a little safety net right now. Jiu-Jitsu has is that you have to be 17 to get a blue belt. So if they change,
16
or 16.
Yeah.
If they change that rule, that would be the first little camel's head in the tent.
Exactly.
Basically.
Yep. The camel's nose. That's a good analogy. I like that one. I remember learning that in like sociology class or something.
Yeah.
So, and this is not saying that there's not phenomenal freaking kids, because look, how many times have you seen like these young kids who are freaking just awesome and they're beating the dog shit out of like adults?
Oh, for
they
sure.
exist, right?
Yeah.
But if you scale that out, that's just not the case.
Yeah, that's outliers. Yeah.
Right. Those are outliers. That's not
we
the
always
case.
speak in generalities.
Yeah, for sure.
Podcast.
So then what happens, though, if in general, you're right, like everybody can do it. If everybody can do it, that's too damn many people.
Too many people.
It's not supposed to be for everyone.
You're not special.
Damn.
Don't you like being special? Don't you like being like, yeah, man, I kind of do this thing that a lot of people don't do, and it's cool.
Yeah,
it's
it's
tough.
pretty cool.
It's gritty. I blew my freaking knee out, even though I don't like that. But it's like but those are the things that make it rough, right?
Yes.
Like there's a chance that you're gonna get hurt.
So you go to work, you start having a conversation with what do Esther call them? You start talking to the normies. You start talking to everybody, and they're like, it's like Fight Club. It's like the movie. You walk in, is that blood on your shirt?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah. Is it yours?
Yeah.
Like, some of it.
See, so let me make a distinction too.
Okay.
I don't care how many people do it right now if they're doing it the right way.
Gotcha.
Right? So if they're coming in with their injuries or, their whatever struggles you go through,
right.
even to get a purple belt, let's say, because you're going to go through some stuff, right?
Hell yeah.
That's why you get street cred when you get a purple belt. But I'm cool with that. But what I don't want is the same group of people to not go through those things or to just have an easy path, because the sport's been watered down so much that everybody's getting it.
Right.
So I'm not that I don't want everybody to get it, but I don't want the sport to change to.
You shouldn't be able to get it without the struggle
Without
that comes
the struggle.
with it.
Without the struggle, yeah.
Right.
And I don't see that happening unless you remove the struggle, because by nature, people they want comfortable. They want to be comfortable.
Yeah,
They want the
yeah.
path of least resistance. They're not going to put that work in and do all that. Most people aren't. That's
yeah,
why you
not
don't
if
have a
it
lot
was
of
just
people.
given to you, right?
Yeah.
But then, right? See, damn. So now you would have these competing factions, right? You would have like the old school resistance schools that don't want to change their rules to make it, damn,
I'd be on that school.
like softer. Yeah. We'd be in that one. But then if you just had these other schools just growing in popularity, they're going to swallow it up. You're going to get more and more of these tough schools disappearing, and the only ones that would remain would be like those, focused on MMA and training people to actually fight and stuff like that.
But in a way, it's already happening if you think about it. Because, see how I just said, well, we'd be in that camp of, the old school.
Right.
But I bet you if you go back to, Hoist Gracie and some of those old guys, they'd probably look at our generation and say, oh, you guys are soft. We used to do this in our generation.
You're right.
And so we've already softened it a little bit.
Yeah.
And so the next generation, they're going to say, oh, we're the old school,
Damn.
Right?
So is it happening?
Everybody says they're old school.
Like quietly under our noses.
I think it kind of
right?
is in a way. Because, I'm not old school. I mean, I've been training for 14 years, right? That's not old school. If you really want to go old school, it's going to be
you
at least
go back 50
years. If you want to, minimum would be like a Gus. Like he's been training for 30 years or something like that. Okay. And that's what I call him, the second generation.
Yeah.
He's the second generation.
Right. I feel
And then before that, it's going to be like the freaking Helio.
Yeah, you got Helio. Those
They're all
guys,
dead, though.
And they're just having freaking fights in their backyard and shit.
So
it's already happening.
Yeah, it's already happening to a degree. Point is how much more will it go?
How bad can it get?
How bad can it get?
Oh man, damn it!
Think about it. Go into your average class. Is the demographic the same as it was in, let's say, when you started?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Is the training the same as it was
Nope.
when you started? Are the techniques the same when you started?
I think the techniques are cooler, but
Yeah, I think
they're not the same. The techniques before were much more rudimentary.
They're all mean stuff too.
Yeah, and they don't do as much mean stuff.
They did a lot back then. Everything was mean.
Yeah, everything was mean. I just talked about that in
you did
the
mean
class.
So
I was showing it was like pec locks and stuff.
mean, think
like
about
that.
it. Yeah.
They were fucking mean.
you're talking like Eric Paulson stuff, dude.
Yeah,
This is
yeah,
crazy.
that was just fucked up mean shit.
So you have harder training, meaner training techniques with like a totally different demographic, a smaller demographic, and even little things like, okay, here's a great example right here. And I'm
Right.
guilty of this, bro. I'm so guilty. The air conditioner. I freaking, bro, if it's like
Yo.
100 degrees, that air conditioner's going on, man. I don't care. I'm
That's
soft. I guess I'm soft.
Real talk.
I'm straight up, man. And here's the thing. I guarantee you a lot of people they're just not going to go in. If it's too hot, if it's like 95 degrees in your school and you're trying to roll and you put a big stinky heavy gi on,
Absolutely.
bro, I don't want any part of that.
Dude, we
But
used
back
to
in the
train
day,
at Hassett's like that.
dude, and we all
didn't
did
turn
back in the
up
day.
damn.
Like Gus, we didn't have no air conditioning back then.
Damn.
It's crazy, huh?
Now we
I'm
sound like
part of
we're sounding like the get off my lawn guys.
I'm literally part of the problem that I identify. I'm helping it to change. No, but that is one thing, man. I am not that tough to where I want to roll in 90 degrees with a stinky, heavy,
Right.
20-pound gi on. I'm sorry, dude.
Well, see,
Dude,
I don't,
no, but here's-
I don't
but-
even think
but-
that's a problem. I mean,
No.
so you've taken that away, right?
Well, there's a reason though.
Okay.
I don't want to forget. I'll forget. Okay, so
right, yeah.
the reason why I forgot. Damn it!
Shit. I'm sorry.
No, the reason why is that we're doing it more we have different reasons. So back in the day, you were catering more to like guys that want to do MMA or whatever they wanted. They did it for a particular outcome, right?
Right.
They're going to grind it out in that sweat.
Hell
That's
yeah,
going to be beneficial. For me, I'm just doing it because it's just, I want to stay in shape. It's a hobby. I love the sport of jiu-jitsu. I'm not trying to be some MMA fighter. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
We have different reasons. So I'm not willing to push my body to that level of uncomfortability to achieve this when I can achieve what I want, just dialing it back, rolling at 80 degrees.
Okay.
Or 70. No,
So
70,
like,
70,
I think a lot of the
78
other
degrees.
guys were looking to kind of be tough guys, right?
Yeah, you had to have everything.
Whereas now it's not so much a tough guy type thing. What do we say? We have like the birth of the nerd assassin.
Yeah.
right? It's
Yeah,
like
you didn't
they're
see that
very
back in the old
technical now. They're super duper technical and dangerous.
Yeah.
right. They're really great, but they're not walking with the whole puffed out tough guy persona, anything like that. It is different. Like
It's different.
I think
They're technicians like Ryan Hall.
yeah, man.
Which is cool. I like that. I love. I'm a big Ryan Hall fan, but it's different though. But also he's MMA, so I'm sure he's gritty and all that too. Though.
Oh yeah,
100%. Yeah,
he's fucking tough as a
Yeah.
freaking bag of nails.
Yeah.
But so how long does jiu-jitsu have, man?
I don't know, but I just realized I'm part of the problem, Dan. We ain't no more AC, nothing. No,
Oh,
I'm
my
kidding.
God.
I can't.
See, but I don't know if I want that anymore.
I don't want that either.
Right? So now that's the other question,
and here's-
right? Do we want
No, because check it out. Think of all the people that join right now, right? These
Uh-huh.
are their first exposure to jiu-jitsu. It's like walking in, boom, it's a nice environment. It's 78 degrees.
Yeah.
They've never even experienced that before, so
have
it's foreign
music
to them.
playing in the background?
You got
and
music, but
shit?
dude, we didn't even have music back then. I remember when we first started at Gus's back, in 2010, 2011, there was no radio.
Silent.
It was just silent.
All you hear is
just-
people breathing and grunting and shit.
It's weird, huh? It's so weird to have that now, no radio. Like, I don't know if all schools have radio, but you kind of have to have music.
Yeah, you should have music.
But that is just, it's making us more comfortable.
We had music. We had a lot of music in Jersey at Hassett's, and I will say we used to play a lot of like Rage Against the Machine and shit like that, and we used to get a lot more injuries. And then I was like, you know what we need? We need
some
some
reggae.
Bob Marley in our life.
Smart.
Injuries reduced.
Yeah.
Because
It has a definite
kinda
impact.
calm down.
Yeah, that's true.
Like if you got like freaking head banging shit, you got drowning pool, you got all these other freaking things. So, oh man, yeah, you kind of want to just fight a lot harder when that kind of music's playing.
Man, Harold, this is depressing. So we are
No,
actually
don't be
already
depressed.
It's
It is
already
what it
happening,
is.
is
It's
what I've
happening.
realized.
It's happening, but I mean, hell, I think that's just happening across the world. I think
Actually, it is. Yeah. So
everything's just kind of, for the most part, it's getting a little soft.
how much farther will it go, though?
That's the question.
So
right?
how can we protect jiu-jitsu to
Will-
where it doesn't go all
Will
the
it
way?
experience the Facebook effect?
What do they say? Jump the shark. Will it jump the shark?
Shit.
That sounds like Happy Days, right? Remember?
It is. It's Happy Days.
So it's
So-
because you go ahead.
Oh, no. Yeah, jumping the shark is just basically it's reached a tipping point
It was
where
just
it's
done.
just It's not even realistic anymore.
But so the Happy Days, didn't he literally jump a
Yeah,
shark?
he jumped a shark.
Fonzie did, right?
Yeah.
And it was so corny. Like they like wore out Fonzie, dude, because like he was the cool
He used to be
guy.
tough, yeah.
And then he was just like, dude, it's over
It
saturation.
became
of
a
Fonzie.
joke. It became a
And I believe he jumped the shark wearing like a leather jacket or something stupid.
some
He
shit.
has a leather jacket on and some water skis. And they're like, okay, Happy Days is over. It turned off. It was done. Too much.
I mean, it ran several seasons after,
Yeah,
but that was the point. It had crossed that line where it's just kind of corny now. So,
you know when
could
the series-
jiu-jitsu get corny?
I was gonna say, you know, when a series is done, it might relate. When you see a little kid come in, like wasn't there like a little mini Fonzie or someone come in? They had a little nephew or something. Once they bring in that new character, this little kid,
They're trying to inject new
they're
blood
trying to inject.
into
Yeah,
it.
this show's done, dude. It's dead. It's dead. Oh man.
So let's make sure jiu-jitsu doesn't jump the shark, because that would suck, dude.
So like I said, the safeguard, the first one is going to be the children getting the belt no earlier than 16. That's a good one.
Damn. No matter how good they are.
No matter how good they are, they can't. Doesn't
Okay.
matter.
I
What about
agree.
black belt? Can you be how old do you have to be to get a black belt?
18.
Oh, 18. Mm-hmm. So is there another belt that between? Can you be a 16-year-old brown belt?
So
theoretically,
here's the thing. Yes. Because
Oh, no, wait.
what happens is they'll get that blue belt at 16, right? So let's say they've been training since they were 4. And realistically, they already got 12
Oh,
years
you're right, you're
in.
right.
And they're beating every black belt
Yeah.
because by all freaking stretches of the imagination, they are black belts.
You know, I think you're describing like the Helena Craver, right?
Well, it's which one?
John Danhar's little protege. That
Oh,
the girl.
yeah.
She's a
for
brown
sure.
belt, but she's kind of how old is she?
She's
She's got
like
to be young.
17, I think.
So she's just kind of waiting
Yeah.
on time.
So
But she's
they,
legit though.
They stack on the other belts
Yeah,
really
yeah.
quickly because it's like,
Which is fine.
You've already put your time in.
Yeah.
So it's like, yep, you did. Here, go do a couple competition of that. All right, move. A couple of this. Boom, move. So yeah, that makes sense. So by the time you're,
But see, like,
I think it's 18. I want to. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 18.
sure. But see, I have no problem with that because I mean, she's a professional grappler. She puts the work in, and she's so high level. I mean, she's doing it right.
Right.
But I wouldn't like it if it was if that was the norm, and you saw a bunch
Yeah,
of
if
people.
you just started seeing a lot
you start seeing a lot of
of
that.
13-year-old black belts.
but without her technique.
Yeah, right.
They
Who
were just
aren't
normal,
As
yeah,
good. They were just
yeah.
little kids.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, but they've been training since they were 4 or 5 years old. It's like, yeah, and they're okay. Well, you know, now they're 13. That's like 8 years in. It's time for them to get the kids' black belt. Ooh, that would be bad too. Even if they had a kids' version of a black belt.
Oh man.
Because what would that be, like a high-level white belt?
Yeah. I think it'll be a self-correcting problem, really. At the end of the day, I remember that. I think I told you the story. We had this one lady come in, and this lady comes in looking like Barbie, dude. I'm like, what is this lady coming in here, dude? Seriously. And Gus has me work with her. I'm like, God, please don't, man. Like, I didn't want to work with her. But I'm like, all right, I'll help her. So I'm working with her. I'm like, I guarantee you, I'll never see her again. I might as well have not even looked at her face. It just was a face where there should have been features, just like
Right.
a blank face. It's like, I will never see you again. And she's like, oh, I'm really tough. This was easy. I'm coming back tomorrow. Like, yeah, sure you are.
She didn't come back?
Never came back, dude.
You know why she
It
didn't come back?
was so awkward, too, because
Rod.
it was closed guard, right? She had to put me in closed guard. And I could tell it was one of those things to where she was a little bit older. It was
Gotcha.
so awkward for her. I'm like, dude, that was like the last thing on my mind was, because we do
Right, but
jiu-jitsu
she
all the
didn't
time.
want that. It's a weird
It's a weird
position,
energy
yeah.
for your first, experience in jiu-jitsu.
Huh.
So,
I
but
bet
if you soften it up, now
I
you're
bet
changing.
you she moved on. She left. She like reevaluated everything, and she's probably like a purple belt right now at some other school. She's like, I'm gonna show 1865
Yeah, I'm
Rod.
gonna show him.
He didn't think I was gonna come back. I just wasn't going back to your damn
Yeah.
school. She's probably out there whooping people's ass right now.
Hey, man,
so
sometimes I
Barbie,
get it wrong.
if Barbie
Yeah.
that Rod beat up when you showed up that
Well,
first
she just
class.
looked. I think she had like makeup on, and she looked just
Oh, shit.
real girly, like
Gotcha.
not like
She wasn't ready to actually come
she
in
wasn't
and do
actually
a martial art.
engaged, but she went there like little bikini top and something like, bro, you just are
Gotcha.
not appropriate for this sport,
Right. It's like throw on a damn t-shirt,
Yeah,
throw on some freaking some shorts.
Yeah.
And then
She was trying to be cute and everything, still,
gotcha. Okay. So what? Are you saying guys shouldn't show up and be cute when they want to come in and do their thing? Hey,
on the
it is what
cologne.
it is, right? Exactly.
Oh, Spice.
Mad cologne just show up. They're like, damn, what are you wearing? High karate? It's like,
karate.
High fucking karate. All right, so we might already be getting towards not to the tipping point. We're not at the tipping point yet, but we are moving towards that.
It's in that
kinder, gentler jiu-jitsu, right?
Yes. It's a kinder, gentler art.
It is kinder. It is gentler. But that doesn't necessarily make it a bad thing. I mean, so far, I actually like that we do have so many people in it. You know, I like what we kind of got right now because at least in our local area, now this is super anecdotal, but just in our local area, we don't really go anywhere and go, oh, these guys suck. It's
no,
like
I've
this,
never seen that.
This is a fake ass school. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I've never seen
like that hasn't hit yet.
Nope.
Now, I mean, I've seen the YouTube videos with the dojo. They'll go in and they're like, oh, this guy's a fake instructor and shit like that. It exists, obviously.
Yeah,
it obviously exists. I have not ever seen it personally in real life.
I have not. Pretty much. I think if you get a purple belt from any school anywhere, you know you're going to get somebody that's competent.
Yes.
You're going to have to be careful. Oh, he's a purple belt. I got to watch what I'm doing.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
like, I don't think we're going to get one and just go, wow, you're just an embarrassment to the entire art. Because, we still have safeguards. We still have enough safeguards in place right now where every school is going to have somebody that's been training, and they're like, oh, hell no, we're not letting that slide. It's like,
and I would say, too, I think in a way, I think it's gotten better, though, because if you look at the way that we used to roll before, like every roll was just a fight, basically. You're not even really learning anything. You're just like rolling just to win. Like, I'm going to win this match. And it was all just pure instinct and, trying to see what techniques came to the forefront based on your muscle memory.
There you go. It's like survival of the fittest.
Survival, dude.
It's like, I'm not actually really trying to apply any of the new shit that I learned.
Nothing. You
I'm just going to grab you, squeeze your head, pray to get an arm bar or a guillotine.
Yeah. And now the rolls are much more nuanced. They're more technical. You can roll more strategically.
Yes.
You don't have to freaking try to tap everybody. You can get tapped. It doesn't mean anything. It's I think that part of it, and that's from kind of proliferation
huge.
a little bit. And maybe they want to call it watered down, but I think it's leading to better outcomes because I think the people of today are better than the people of a decade ago.
I agree. And you know what? One of the things that was always done, it's like you can't get caught and tapped out in front of your instructor because you're like, oh shit. This guy, he's been training like 7 months less than me. And if he catches me, my instructor's like, what the shit is this? Oh, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't have promoted you.
No, you're right. You're so right. It's like an unspoken thing. I had that big time. I had that, mentality. I can't get tapped out. Oh, God, Gus over looking. This guy's a blue belt. I was like a purple or brown at the time.
Now, did that just come, though, with maturity on the match where you kind of like, it's like I don't worry about it as much? Because I know I've mentioned before, I have never, to this day, tapped John Hassett. And it's like,
that's interesting.
Because he just didn't allow that shit. He's
hell no. Gus is the same way, though.
Yeah, right. They'll fight you to the death.
Yeah.
But that's old school,
Gus ain't tapping nothing. Yeah. He ain't going to tap, dude.
That's old school.
It's so old school.
Holy shit. So, because like if I was like that, if I was fighting where like, no, hell nah, I would change a lot of what I do, and I think I'd be fighting towards more stalemates. You know what I mean?
I literally think Gus would let something break before tapping.
Even just rolling.
Even if you happen to catch him, that's what I'm saying. Like I haven't caught him, but I'm saying if you happen to catch him, he would let it break. He ain't
Damn.
Shout out to Gus, man. He's old school, dude.
Yeah, that's super old school. That's super old school, dude.
I don't know. Maybe I'm exaggerating.
That's wild.
No, I've seen him tap before. But he's just playing around. But he's clearly. I've seen Gus tap where he's clearly letting the guy work.
Right. Well,
I have not seen Gus tap where
get caught.
He straight up got caught.
Damn.
I have not seen that.
See, and I haven't seen that with John either. I haven't seen John get caught. Now, I know my buddy Emery, he actually put out there, he was like, oh, I caught him. I was like, oh, shit, yeah. Like, he was like, yeah, once. He's like telling a story about when he saw a freaking Bigfoot or some shit.
Yeah.
Ah, man. Yeah, because now people are just, they're little... They don't worry about it as much. And I don't think you should worry about it as much. But then again, I'm giving you the hobbyist perspective, right?
Yeah.
If you want to be, fucking doing killer kung fu and you don't want to get tapped ever, I guess I get that too if that's your life. If that's what you want, you know what I mean?
Shtick.
That's your shtick. You want to be the best.
I want to be the best.
Damn. All right. Well, the Facebook effect, man.
Facebook effect, man.
Hopefully we don't get there. Hopefully it never goes to the point where people are just like, this jiu-jitsu shit is fake and we don't want to do it. It's like it starts going into that. Oh, you know the chi guys where they you know you just throw your hand out and everybody falls over.
The 5-finger Dimma.
Hell damn yeah, that'd be badass though. Now if you could do it, that'd be kind of cool, but I don't think.
No, I think it's still good because put it this way, from my own experience, everybody in there right now is showing grit.
For sure,
they're showing grit. Everybody, I can't think of one person that's just like skidding by on without merit.
I was just saying, even hell, who knows if he's gonna watch it? But shout out to our boy Drew, the young boy.
Who's
like
Drew?
He's the
little
kid.
Who he's like
he's
my
only
God.
15.
Yeah, he's doing well.
He in just a very short time has toughened
He
up.
has.
He came from the kids class, moved up to the adult class.
Yes.
And I think obviously there was going to be that level of intimidation initially because it's like, oh shit, I'm up here with everybody's grown ass man and shit now, right? He is getting past that. Like the kid is definitely, he's going for more attacks. You can see that he is toughening up.
He's toughening up. Yeah.
And I'm like, that's what's up, man. That's good. I like that. So.
Yeah. Oh, he's the one that was rolling the other day. He was rolling with somebody. I can't remember. It looked like he was going to break his neck. And I had to stop him. Like, yo, dude. And you're like, no, man, he's going to be all right. No, he may not be all right.
Oh, you're saying.
He looked like his neck was ready to snap.
He's good. He was good, man.
He got another 30 degrees to go on that neck.
Damn, yeah.
Oh, man.
Look,
you know what he looked like? Remember when John Jones guillotined Lloyd Machito?
And he almost folded his head.
It looked like that. That poor kid. I'm like, oh, my God. This poor kid, he's about to die.
That's the whole point, though. He's tough now. He's good. I'm all right with it. I'm all right with it. Yeah. He did that shit because it's important to him, Rod. That kid's tough, man.
But he is getting better, though. But I haven't seen him in a couple weeks, so.
No, he's been around.
I haven't seen him.
Well,
make sure his neck's not broken.
I'm pretty sure he's not dead.
Drew, if you're out there, man, please come back in.
Come back. Come back, Shane. Come back. Yeah. All right. So far we're safe, everybody. I don't think it's softened up that much. But if you disagree, if you think it has gotten soft, tell us why. Because I know some people go, oh, if you don't start from your feet, you're soft. Some people go, if you start like this, you're soft.
That's a whole different discussion. We need to talk about that too.
Dude,
Let's do it next time.
All right. I mean,
that whole starting on your feet thing. I have mixed feelings. I see it both ways.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. But like, those are the kind of things though that some people might consider to have watered down the sport, martial art, whatever.
Yes.
So give us your opinion on it. Let us know, and hell, we'll re-examine it if we need to. But yeah, man, watch out for the Facebook effect, jiu-jitsu. We don't want that to happen.
Don't go the way of MySpace.
Hey, man, MySpace was the shit.
Who's the guy?
Bob.
Was it Bob?
Rob? Bob?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Tim?
No,
it was Tim. I thought. The one dude he's always sitting by a desk.
Who's everybody's friend.
Yeah, it's a Tim. It's not Bob. It's not Bob. I don't know. We clearly
look,
don't know.
It went the way of MySpace.
He went the way of MySpace.
It's gone. I don't know. Yeah, but he was everybody's first friend.
Who that dude is?
Yeah. Who was the guy in MySpace?
It showed his avatar, right? When he logged in, it would have
he was everybody's first friend.
Yeah.
He was like default friend on MySpace. We got people who are like, what the fuck is MySpace?
Yeah, what are they talking about?
They're not, yeah. MySpace had the Facebook. No, actually, it never got to Facebook. Yeah, it was precursor. Facebook. It never reached the Facebook effect because Facebook came in and swallowed it like the blob.
Yeah, because that was pre 2007, was it?
Oh yeah, dude.
It's like once the iPhone came out. iPhone came out in 07, right?
College, I had MySpace and Black Planet. That's old school.
Yeah, because once the iPhone came out, then it was like Facebook came out shortly after that. Then it was over.
Right, because you could be on your phone, like looking at people. All right. Anyway, make sure you guys like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff because we want you sticking around because it's important to you. And if it's important to you, you'll find a way. If it's not, you'll find an excuse. So don't find an excuse to not get out there, share this with some friends. Talk some shit if you want to. We had a couple of people who were coming at us. I was like, oh, interesting. But feel free. We're not sensitive. Anyway, everybody. Rob, we got anything else for these people?
Keep training, man. Don't give up. Don't get soft.
Don't give up.
Don't let it turn you into the Facebook effect.
Don't get soft, people.
Don't get soft. Keep training. We'll see you guys next week. Us.